All right, here's the deal, people. Football's back, which means I'm back here at my kitchen table talking about football. We had some legit preseason games start. There's only 3 of them this year. The one that ended up, so I don't know if any of you, I don't know if you guys know this, do a podcast, you can subscribe to it up there. Recorded an episode yesterday. Did not know that this particular preseason game was going on, that it was even a thing, but we talked about, put on a spot, who do you think the Super Bowl, like who's your early Super Bowl preview? And for whatever reason, I went with my Super Bowl preview to be the Washington football team versus the New England Patriots. The New England Patriots, with the caveat, Mac Jones needs to take over halfway through the season from Cam Newton. Don't know why. It's on tape. Gut reaction, probably because I was put on the spot. Come to find out, those teams played yesterday. Watched the highlights. Particularly, obviously, I'm going to take the Washington football team. The reason that I thought or was put on the spot that got myself to utter the words that they're going to potentially represent the NFC in the Super Bowl is obviously because of that defense. And Chase Young got after Cam Newton yesterday in the 1-2 series that he played. And then for the New England Patriots, with the caveat, Mac Jones needed to be the guy. I feel like when I watched the highlights, Mac Jones showed why if they want to get to where they want to get to, he needs to be the guy. Didn't do anything great. Not going to be what Mac Jones does. He's not going to wow you with his athleticism, but he's always going to make the right play. Whatever the defense dictates you to do, and this is why I didn't think he was a great fit for the 49ers based on what they traded up to get up to the number 3 spot. They gave up a lot, right? He's a guy that you're going to need to build a team around. He's going to need to have a good defense, going to need to have some decent receivers, going to need to have a line, but he's going to be the type of guy that kind of defense keeps you in it, right? Sometimes, he'll be able to score 40 depending on who they're playing, but when it comes crunch time, he'll make the right throws. Again, whether it's a 20-yard in route or 15-yard in route, 3-yard check down there, he'll make the right play most of the time, the majority of the time. Brain's really quick, can really process information. That was the big thing with him in college. That was the big plus with him coming out of the draft or coming into the league in the draft. And he showed it yesterday. Again, stats were like 18 to 19 or 13 to 19 for 88 yards. But again, you see it. He threw a nice ball down the sideline that a defensive back made a nice play on. But I saw everything that I needed to see from Mac Jones, that if Bill Belichick builds the team, and he started this year, got 2 top 15, top 12 tight ends, which is how the Patriots like to operate, have really good tight ends, really attack the middle of the field. That's what they did in the Brady era. And who does Mac Jones, I've said it in plenty of videos leading up to the draft, who does Mac Jones remind me of? Tom Brady. It just makes sense, right? Tom Brady, not the best athlete, good feet, nice subtle movements in the pocket, not going to beat you. He's not going to break containment and beat you for a big gain. That stuff's not going to happen. Not going to dazzle you with his arm. Although now, as he gets older, the fact that he could still uncork at 65, doesn't know where it's going. Needs to take like a big crow hop and overthrows guys by 12 yards because it's not a flick of the wrist anymore. He needs to put a whole bunch of body English, but he can still throw it very, very hard when he steps into it. But he's not going to wow you. It's not Patrick Mahomes off his back foot falling down throwing 40 yards. It's never been Tom Brady. It's not Mac Jones. Never going to be Mac Jones. But again, what they do, and the only reason Mac Jones was drafted as high as he was, and I just popped into my head, is Mac Jones would not have been drafted 15th if Tom Brady did not pave the way. There was a reason Tom Brady was a 6th round draft pick, because he was not athletic. He didn't have super traits. At that point, having a computer processor, 8th gen processor in your brain as a brain was not a big thing. It was not key, because no one's ever taken that as their best attribute and won 7 Super Bowls. Tom Brady now has, so now that allows a guy like Mac Jones, who has those similar traits. Obviously, he's probably not going to be Tom Brady. He's not going to win 7 Super Bowls, but you could see those same traits. Hey, let's take a shot on this guy. So there's a reason why Mac Jones now, after Tom Brady was able to be drafted in the first round, but that's what getaway. Where was I? Tom Brady's career is what allowed Mac Jones to be drafted as high as he was, in my opinion, of course. Again, that's the comparison you're going to draw. You're going to draw comparisons to a Tom Brady, a Drew Brees when Mac Jones plays, and me, I'm going to lean more towards Tom Brady than Drew Brees. But that's what it is, and I think Mac Jones showed that in a Bill Belichick system, because we've seen it before, we understand how Bill Belichick wants to operate. He wants to play really, really good defense. He wants to have a guy who can make plays, but is not going to turn the ball over, is not going to put the ball in harm's way, is going to take care of the ball, is going to make the correct play and allow their defense to keep them in it until the offense can make the play to, win the game. And just give the offense a chance at the end, give the quarterback a chance at the end. And I think Mac Jones fits that very, very well. And I think he's not going to light it up. Like, you're going to watch highlights of, Justin Fields and probably Trey Lance, and they're going to look way better. They're going to make more plays with their legs. They're going to have throws that wow you, things like that. Trevor Lawrence, those guys are going to make plays that wow you. But Mac Jones showed me not everything I needed to see, but showed that he is the guy that I watched in the SEC championship game absolutely carve up Florida and constantly make the right decision to live to see another day, right? Again, 3-yard check down. It might be 3rd and 8, get the ball, let that guy make a play. Sometimes he'll make plays, sometimes he doesn't. But that's what Mac Jones is going to do. That's what a guy like Tom Brady has done for his whole career. And now you're getting pushback. You're getting people saying Mac Jones didn't do anything special. Exactly. He's not going to do anything special, but he's smart enough. Always make the right play. He's always going to make the fundamentally right play. And because there was a guy before him that won so many Super Bowls, and then is going to go down first ballot, unanimous Hall of Famer, 7 rings, one of the best to ever do it, most accomplished quarterback of all time, Mac Jones was able to get drafted so high and has a role. And New England fans probably look at him and are like, he reminds us of a guy. He's not going to be Tom Brady. No one's ever going to be Tom Brady. No one's going to win 7 Super Bowls. But, man, he reminds us a lot of Tom Brady. Not physically anything to look at. Not going to wow you with his attributes. But he's going to get the job done. And I think Mac Jones will be that same guy. That's why I took him when I was put on the spot, or took the Patriots to represent the AFC. Now, is that going to happen? They got to go through a lot of. You got the Bills, you got the Chiefs, you got teams like that. You got the Browns. It's going to be tough for them. It's going to be tough for them to make playoffs. Hell, but if Mac Jones takes over, I think that they have a shot to surprise some teams, and he can't. I don't think he could start. I think Cam needs to start. I think. Halfway through the year, I could see the Patriots being like a 4-4 team, maybe 5-3, but the offense isn't there. And Bill Belichick, he might be that guy that's like, Mac, it's your time to shine. Season's not going like I think it needs to be. We drafted you 15th for a reason. You don't need to learn how to study. You don't need to learn how to read defenses. You already do that very, very well. You're not like one of these guys who's got physical, great upside, but needs to learn the game, needs to learn how to process the game. You already know how to do all that stuff at a very, very high level. So your time to shine. Let's get you some in-game experience. He's not going to need a year, 2 years to sit. Right? He's not going to need that. He's not going to need to learn how to be a pro, because he's been a pro. He learned for the closest thing that the closest thing that you can have to a pro system in the NFL, just a pro organization in Alabama and Nick Saban. So he's been a pro. Essentially, he's been a pro. He's been treated like a pro at Alabama. He treats football like a pro at Alabama, and now He's just there. So he just needs a couple games. Let's see if Cam can rekindle some of that MVP magic. But if he can't, you best believe that Bill Belichick will, if they're 5-3, 4-4 halfway through the season, yeah, you best believe that I believe Bill Belichick will pull the trigger and be like, yep, your time to shine, kid. So that way, when they make the playoffs, go on a run, people are gonna be like, oh damn, Bill's smarter than we all are. We thought they should have rolled with Cam when they were 5-3, and then Mac Jones comes in and maybe they make a run in the playoffs. Hell, maybe they make it to the Super Bowl, and Bill Belichick just seems still like the genius that he always was. And who knows? Who knows? Maybe we could get that Buccaneers Patriots Super Bowl. My opinion, when I was put on the spot, it's going to be the football team and the Patriots. I'm not feeling super confident about that, but I said it, so I'm going to stick by it in the podcast that you can subscribe to up there. This video is going off the air. There's going to be some things. Watch another video. Subscribe. That would help me. Football's back. I'm going to be here from this table doing the thing, coming at you with some things that I see, watching highlights, coming at you with my top 5 quarterbacks coming into the season soon. I'm going to ruffle some feathers there probably. But hey, man, appreciate you for listening to this video, listening to me talk. Football's back. A little rusty. I'll get back to it. A little parched. Voices rough right now. And I'll see you in the next one.